Hey guys, what's up? A few days ago, we saw Sui Ishida, the author of Tokyo Ghoul, casually drop a whole new manga. It's called Chojin X, chapter 1 is out, and as usual with Ishida, it has got phenomenal artwork. It seems very similar to Tokyo Ghoul, but it's a great first chapter filled with loads of content and symbolism. So let's get right into it. At the start of the chapter, we see a little girl named Ellie and an old lady in a plane making small talk with each other, and this small talk is later interrupted by someone unstable. It is revealed that that person is actually a Chojin, which translates into superhuman, and he seems to have some kind of a flame or fire related power. He strikes the old lady with his hand, but Ellie seems to stop it. Now a young girl stopping a grown man's hand doesn't make much sense, especially when that man is a Chojin. So I think little Ellie here might be a little special. Later we see the Chojin focus and burn everyone around him. And in the last panel of this incident, we see that Ellie's face starts burning. Now it is not shown whether Ellie survived or not, but I think it is very possible that we might see young Ellie again, with a slight burn on her face playing some role in the story, simply because of the fact that she successfully stopped the Chojin's hand. The Chojin's name is partially revealed in the newspaper later in the chapter, and his name turns out to be Chandler, a flame Chojin or something. The complete information is hidden. So Ellie is the first character that is introduced in this manga, and she is able to stop a superhuman attacking an old lady. So I think there might be a possibility of Ellie becoming somewhat of a relevant character in the story. Next we are introduced to our protagonist Tokyo Kurohara, and we get to see his whole relationship with his friend Azuma, who appears to be some kind of a town hero and the son of a police force member. Azuma is described by others as a lion. He is fearless, strong, smart, and all the good qualities you can think of. In fact, it is his fearless nature that makes Tokyo become friends with him when he saves him from bullies when they were younger. At the same time, Tokyo is described as a vulture. Their classmates point out that Tokyo is always hovering around Azuma and is essentially living off by siphoning off from Azuma's popularity. Now Tokyo is initially mad at this negative comparison, but later seems to accept it due to Azuma's kindness when he points out the positives of that vulture comparison. Later we see that he is actually satisfied by this comparison, as when he is asked to draw an animal that represents him the best by most possibly someone important to him, he ends up drawing a vulture. Now let's talk about this vulture symbolism. The symbolism of vultures in most cultures is mostly negative. It's a bird that symbolizes death and is seen as unclean. As we all know, whenever death is around, a vulture is seen looming around a character in order to feast on his carcass when he dies, in many cases in literature. However, there are positive symbolisms as well. You can simply Google vulture symbolism and you'll find many terms like rebirth, perception, trust, seriousness, resourcefulness, intelligence, protection, etc. So what kind of a symbolism is Ishida using? I think the symbolism made in the first page of the manga itself is a spoiler. The first page says that the association of Tokyo with the vulture is an affliction. Affliction can basically mean that it is a curse that he has to bear. And this curse might be that despite being genuinely friends with Azuma, Tokyo has to play the role of a vulture. Now I know that this is the very first chapter and no predictions can be made about the series with such a low amount of canon content, but I think it is safe to say that Azuma will die. And just like a vulture eats the flesh of a carcass, consumes it and cleans the environment, Tokyo will have to take on the will of Azuma despite not liking to fight and carry on that will to cleanse this world of evil and evil Chojins. At the end we see that Tokyo has successfully transformed into a vulture-like beast Chojin, but Azuma still lies on the ground. It is very likely that Azuma will not die this soon, he might just be unconscious. Another interesting thing is the crest on Azuma's jacket. That crest is that of a lion, so maybe we'll get to see the lion Chojin soon, and it would be very interesting if it turns out to be the king of the beast Chojin or something like that. That's it for the video. I would love to talk more about this series as we get more chapters. Please like and subscribe and comment what you think about all these theories, and we'll see you in the next one.